TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Good afternoon and welcome to Living in Your Purpose, and I am Dr. Pat. A little bit about myself. I hold a bachelor's degree in business administration, a master's in human resource management, and a doctorate in business. I'm a native of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yes, I am a Florida Orange, and I love it. We moved here to Georgia in around 2011, and I've been here ever since. Today, my guest, I am so proud to have Miss Mercury Rison. Miss Mercury Rison is actually the author of Men in My Bed. I can't wait to start talking about this book because there's nothing that's off limits, and so we're going to be discussing some of everything dealing with this book. So, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Awesome.
That's good. So tell us, who is Mercury Rison?
Well, Mercury Rison is a little girl that grew up into be this amazing young woman that was just captivated about sex.
Wow. You know, that's a really unique name. It makes you think of a Marvel character, Transformer. I like that name.
No, thank you.
Hey, I'm Mercury Rison, baby. Oh, did I say that? So So where are you from?
I am originally born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Grew up in South Carolina. Now live in Snellville.
Really? Do you like it here?
I love it. It's peace and quiet. It's like a mixture of country and city together.
Oh, okay. So, men in my bed. True love is hard to find. Relationship chronicles. We're going to get right into this. But first, the cover. Let's talk about the cover of this book and what exactly is it saying.
Okay. Well, the cover of the book is very unique.
Yes,
I
it is.
searched for artists, and he paint the cover.
Wow.
So it's an actual piece of art, and he did it exactly how I wanted him to do it. So I wanted the different size of shoes because the men in my bed are from 6'5" to 6'7", from size 13 to 15 shoe size. So
Okay.
the one on fire is a size 15, and the brown is the 13. And they're the two main characters in the book.
So why is that shoe on fire?
Because he's the hottest one.
Oh, wow.
And actually, he is the one that's standing outside the window.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's talk about this book. Well, first of all, the purpose. Why did you write this book?
I've been piecing this book together for a number of years. So first, it actually started out to be a book about stories about me just growing up in the South, between South Carolina and New York. So then, as I got a little bit older, I just write a chapter about a relationship and I put it to the side. And then as I got even past my 20s or my 30s, I'll write more chapters and I'll put it to the side. But in the last 5 years, I got some really interesting ones, chapters. So I decided I'll just go ahead and put it all together, which I started to just do 2 books, one about the growing up and those things that happened to me that wasn't so good, and then about just my adult life. Now, so now I just put the 2 together because I met this lady at a book signing one day. She was another author, and she said, you need a story. So putting the 2 together made the complete story.
And yes, you do have quite a story here. What is the age group? What's age appropriate to read your book?
Age appropriate, I would say, is 18 to 100.
Okay. So this book is not for children at all. It's not. It's wow. Okay. So the purpose behind this.
So the purpose behind this is basically self-healing.
Okay.
So with all the trauma that I experienced as a child, and it was even hard for me to write it. So I had to write it, put it down, and then write it and put it down. So I found myself getting angry and upset, and it just took a long process for me to get through it. So even if I had to read it all over again today, I would still have some of those feelings to resurface.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Can you share?
Yes, I can share.
Okay, tell us your story.
So, from the age of 5 to 12, I was sexually abused.
Oh my God.
By a family member. So.
Oh God.
And it took me until when I turned 30, was the first time that I told any family members about it. But that's one of the reasons why I keep my children so close to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I remember my mom growing up, she would never let me get too far, and she would always say things like, if anyone ever touched my child, I'm going to prison because I'm going to take your life.
Yes.
And I remember her always saying, you don't sit in no one's lap.
Nope.
No one, not even your dad, because you never know. So you don't sit in nobody's lap, and don't you ask men for anything because they're going to want something in return. And I remember her instilling so much in me and asking me, hey, did anybody touch you somewhere? And she would always be concerned with that.
Yeah.
My mom she did not play at all. So
I taught my girls when they were like 7, 6, 7, 8, bad touch, good touch. I don't care who it is. If they touch you any way that's not supposed to touch you in your special areas, you let me know.
right.
And
Right.
I would question them, and to the point that when they turned 13, 14, and 10, they said, "Mom, you don't have to ask us that anymore."
Oh. So,
So,
you have to
yeah.
instill it in them at a young age.
You do.
The person that did these things to you, is he still alive?
Oh no. He died when I was about, so I had 2 abusers. He died when I was about 7, the first abuser. But the second abuser, he's still alive. But I had to come to a point where I had to forgive him because it was not being able to forgive him was hurting me more. But I confronted him. I confronted him in front of his mother. So I confronted him in front of his mother and his kids.
Oh
So,
my God.
yes, I did. And I did that, but that's what happened when I was 30.
And what did he
Nothing.
say?
Nothing. Not one word. He didn't say one word at that time. So maybe 10 years ago, he said that another family member had taught him how to do that. So, and then you, in families where there's incest, it's a, I wouldn't say, the cycle is repeated until somebody is brave enough to talk about it and stop it. So when I talked about it and exposed him to his mother and his kids, then that way, then he didn't have anybody else that he could harm in the way that he did me.
My God. So are you healed?
I don't think that anyone that went through the stuff that I went through, when you read the first 120 pages, will ever heal. You're gonna always be suspicious. As long as you have kids or grandkids, you're gonna always have that suspect in the back of your mind. That whoever that man or that woman is gonna be a suspect.
My God. Well, do you feel that all of this that you went through was purpose driven to cause you to be the woman, the individual that you are today?
I can say that with 100% surety that it is. Because if I didn't go through the things that I went through, I don't think I would have been the person I am today. And I'm still very, I don't hold grudges. I'm still very loving and kind. I'm still very giving. I'll give you the shirt off my back and the last brown penny I have in my purse. I take in any and everybody, family or non-family. But I'm gonna keep my eye on you. I'll take you in, but I'm gonna keep my eye on you.
Absolutely.
And all my kids know. My kids, my grandkids, they know.
My God.
So, yeah.
Mercury. You know what? I didn't know that your story was so deep. But to just have you here, trust me, is an honor.
Thank you.
It's an honor. It's an honor to have the special women that I have that's strong. And because of your strength, you can cause and help someone that's going through the same thing be strong as well.
Yeah.
I've had other guests on here that have been through the same things. My God.
And I said, thank God for great grandparents. Because
Yes.
I lived with my great grandmother. And my mother and my grandmother at the time was living in Brooklyn, New York. So it was a family cousin, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. And my great-grandmother lived in a 2-bedroom shotgun house at the time. Rent was like $12 a month. I can remember we lived on Walls Hill in Coosahatchee, South Carolina. And he would just come. You have to walk up a little hill. Then the house is sitting up along like a mountain of just white sand. And she just didn't know. I guess she was just too trusting. Because in that under that 2-bedroom, she slept in her room by herself, but she had a bed in the room that me and my sister slept in, and a cart. So when he got too drunk, she just let him sleep in the cart in our room. And that's when he had the opportunity to take advantage of us.
He would get up.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. So it's a little intense.
It
and
is
it's
intense.
very emotional in the starting. But
Let me ask you a question. When you go through something like this, and I guess I would assume that in the beginning it becomes traumatic. But does it get to a point where you start enjoying it at some point?
Not for
or
me.
you never enjoy it?
Never. No. It was, I guess it was more of a numbing experience because my body had a reaction. And the reaction was that my legs pained me all the time. Both of my legs on the side would pain me. My great-grandmother would take me to the doctor. And the doctor would say, oh, she'll be okay. Take some hot towels and put it on both sides of her inner thigh. So she didn't think anything of it. But she knows she was taking me to the doctor very frequently for the same problem. And at some point, I think the doctor realized, because the doctor used to make house calls during that time. Dr. Mays, I remember him as it was yesterday. And I remember him getting on his knees. And to be the hiker as I was as a child. And he would say, it'll be over soon. So I think he knew what was going on. And as I grew older, it would stop because either the person was going to stop or I was going to be able to stop him.
But it took a lifetime.
It did.
It took a lifetime.
Yeah. So with the pain in my legs, and I would sit in class with my coat on, but I didn't even pay attention to those things until later. It's the middle of summer, but I'm sitting in my second grade or first grade class with my overcoat on, but there's no need for me to have it on. I would sit in the back of the class. I'll pull my hair out and put it in my book because that felt good. So then that's why I said it must have been a numbing experience for me because I didn't feel nothing that he was doing to me. Nothing.
Man, that, Lord have mercy.
But my great-grandmother, she was, I can say she still was my savior because we did things like quilting.
Okay.
My mother taught me how to knit. My mother taught me how to cornrow. We built chicken coops, me and my great-grandmother and my sister. And we went in the woods hunting for squirrel and rabbits, and we had our own little rifle, and all those things that she did with the two of us kept my mind busy. I didn't think about that stuff until that man showed up. When he showed up at that point, that's when I got nervous, and I've always been nervous. So. I'm thankful to her for that.
Wow.
So basically, I had some therapy.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was the therapy
That
you
was
needed.
the therapy I needed at that time. Because it definitely just me, my sister, my great-grandmother, wasn't no one else, close family member around.
So how are you coping with this now as an adult?
Now as an adult, I used to worry a lot about my grandkids, but I don't anymore because I remind their moms they don't know what happened to me.
Okay.
My kids don't know to the extent of what happened to me. and I don't know if they remember me telling them, or if they heard when I was telling my grandmother what happened. So,
Okay, well, before I ask you another question, we have to pay the bills, so we're going to go on break. I'll be back.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. Our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Welcome back to Living in Your Purpose. I am Dr. Pat, and my special guest today is none other than Miss Mercury Rison. Welcome again, welcome.
thank you.
So, let's talk about you getting your psychology degree and how that helped you.
Okay, I was in college working on my RN degree, and then that became a little bit too much. So then I said, well, but during the time I was working on my RN degree, all of my prerequisites were psychology classes.
Oh,
so I had
okay.
enough for a dual degree when I was going to graduate.
Okay.
So I just switched over to psychology. So then I got my associate in psychology. I got my bachelor's in psychology. I got my master's in professional counseling. And then I went back and I was pursuing my PhD. So I'm 2 stat classes and 1 dissertation away from my PhD.
Ooh.
So my mom passed when I was working on, I had finished the first, it's a weekend cohort class you have to take for your dissertation.
Yes.
So I finished that, and then my mom passed. So then I took a break. Because when my mom passed, it was just too much for me. So then I took like 3 or 4 years break. Then I went back, and I started on a master's in human resource management.
Okay, that's
So-
what I have my master's in.
So I
Yes.
have 3 classes left, and I'll be done with that.
Okay,
And
so
then I'll pick it back up. I'll pick up my PhD again.
what are you going to write your dissertation on?
Oh wow! So I had my sister, my third sister. She passed with complications from AIDS.
Okay.
So doing my dissertation was that I was the title that I had approved was HIV and the effect on African American women, because during that time it was not too much information on down low and how African American women that were straight actually contacted HIV and
Yes,
ended up being
ma'am.
full-blown AIDS. So that's what it was on. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, when you're starting back?
Probably in 2021, because I'll be finished with my master's in human resources by December.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 masters. If 1 master's is not enough, with all the writing and the papers.
But that's how I stay busy. I like to do things that are constructive. So I, instead of doing things that's going to harm me, I do things that can bring money in my pocket, or it's going to keep my mind and my heart at ease.
Okay.
So I did voiceover. I did training for comedy, writing comedy, be a comedian.
Really?
So then I write about my problems and I perform them on stage. And it's usually just family, kids, and all that kind of stuff. So that's basically, I just try to stay busy improving me.
You find a different way to cope with
Yep.
things that you're going through. Now that's something because you're not acting out, you're not lashing out, you're not a basket case, but
Nope.
you,
So the
wow.
the last thing I learned out of all of this is everything is a lesson. That's my main thing. That's what helps me get through everything right now.
Okay.
And I'll say I'm not getting it because I'm repeating these lessons over and over. And that's in here. And that's with the men. I'm repeating the same lessons because they're doing the same thing. And now I'm picking up on I'm giving too much of myself.
But that's what us women do. We give too much of ourselves.
Yeah.
We love more than we're being loved. We pursue more than we're being pursued. It's true. I don't know why. I guess is that a part of our
it's hard-
purpose?
It may be because it's hard to pull back. If you are a loving, giving person and you've always been, it's hard to pull back.
Absolutely. It's all you know.
That's it.
It's all you know, and God knows you get hurt from it.
You do, but the right one gonna show up one day.
Oh yeah. I'm always praying and asking God to send me my Boaz.
Yes.
Always.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't just a man. He was everything. And that's what I want. I don't just want someone that I'm going to run after. I want someone that's going to be running after me. Because my mom always said, if you're running after someone, you're going to be running for the rest of your life. But if they're running after you, then you have that person that really wants you. So that's, wow. So now, are you living in your purpose? Or are you
Definitely.
walking in your purpose?
I'll say I'm walking in my purpose. Because
Okay.
you know those streets and lanes change every now and then. So
Okay.
I'm walking in it.
Explain.
Explain. Well, you know, sometimes you come up to a crossroad
Yes,
and you don't know
ma'am.
what direction to take. So for the last 3 years, I've found myself returning to that crossroad.
Okay.
But today, after what happened yesterday, today, I think I can leave that stop sign.
Okay.
Yeah. I
You
think
know
I
which way to
can.
turn.
Yep, I do. I do.
You are definitely an inspiration to not young girls, but women, to communities, to society. That's a lot. That's a lot
Yes.
to not want to take your own life.
Oh, never thought about it.
Wow.
Never.
It was just something that was happening, and
I don't care how bad it is, I can always find a good in it. I can always find a good.
and you know what? I'm like that as well. Why is that?
I don't.
That's why I decided to write a book and entitle it Got Lemons. With no sugar to make lemonade. Got lemons. But I try to find a positive no matter what I'm going through,
Yeah.
because I know that nothing is done without God's authorization.
Right.
And if he takes you to it, he will definitely bring you through it.
Yes.
And I live by that. And never been a oh me, oh my, pity party. Okay, I've fallen, I've stumbled. Okay, I'm getting right back up.
Yes. Got to.
And that's what makes you strong.
Yeah.
That would make you strong, and Lord knows, with everything that's going on in our communities and in this country, we need more and more people standing up, making a difference. You ever thought about politics?
Well, I have, sort of.
Okay.
I used to be a union president,
Really?
so that's very political.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so I think I could be a pretty good politician.
In Snellville?
I even thought about that. I even looked up how much it costs to become a candidate.
And it's not very expensive
No, it's
at all.
not. It's not
You
at
want to be
all.
a city council person, mayor?
I thought
or what?
that's what I would like to start as a city council.
So, the community that you live in, how many wards is it separated into?
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But I know I'm a member of this Democratic group, and you can go on Saturdays and you can meet different political party members and or have lunch with them, or they send you email invites to come to a dinner or stuff like that. But I just never pursued it. Even when I was the union president, I still didn't pursue it.
Well, now is the time to pursue that because did you vote today? No. Ooh. You forgot.
I forgot all about it. I forgot all about it.
And see, that's what's really going to make a difference. I keep listening to people say, okay, we need to make a change. We need to make difference. We need to do something. If you're going to constantly say what we need to do and never have a solution, just go somewhere and sit down. I think it starts with our communities. It starts with our local city government to make changes right there.
Right.
Know who's coming to your community and wanting to run for office and what's their purpose. See,
Right.
purpose is in everything you do. You got a good purpose, you got a bad purpose.
Right.
So for some reason, there's a purpose, and then just, you know, go from there. That's how we change community. That's how we take back our community. And it's not hard. Yes, protesting is awesome.
It is.
Having a voice is awesome.
Yes.
But actually being one of the ones that's sitting saying, okay, I'm going to help change these laws, make these laws, and I'm going to do this for the people in the community. I know each and every last one of the people in my community.
Right.
So, you know, that's what makes a difference.
It does.
Then you won't have somebody slithering and coming right on in and causing all kind of havoc.
Right.
And changing and having laws that's going to help them as opposed to who is supposed to help.
It's true.
It's something you may want to think about. I mean, we need powerful women. There's a lot of powerful women. You have a voice. You didn't go through what you went through for no reason. So the sky is definitely the limit. Definitely. So do you have children?
Yes. I have 3 daughters. And also I have 3 gifts as well. So my gifts are my oldest uncle kids.
Okay.
So 2 girls and a boy. So I raised 5 girls and 1 boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And their ages are?
Wow. I think they're 42, 41, and 37. 2 of each.
What? Oh, they are fully grown.
Yeah, they're
I don't know
grown.
why I was thinking that they were little ones
they're
and
grown.
you had to also teach and be homeschooling and stuff.
No.
Okay, well, how many grands?
I have 21 grandkids from this, or 6 of the kids, and I have, I think it's 17 or 18 just from my 3 girls. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so.
Okay, you guys have your own tribe, your own family right there.
We do.
Okay. So, is there going to be a sequel to Men in My Bed? Is there going to be a movie? But before you answer that, we got to pay some bills. So we're going to take a break, and we will be back.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Welcome back to Living in Your Purpose, and I am Dr. Pat. Once again, my special guest today is none other than Miss Mercury's Rising. So, I wanted to know, is there going to be a sequel to Men in My Bed? Are we trying to do a trailer, movies?
So yes, there's going to be a sequel. I already started writing it.
Ooh.
And movies is in the plan. I've been researching producers, so I have a list. I'm going to send out some emails and a link to my book and see what I get back.
Wow.
But if you can recommend, I'll take that too.
Definitely can do that. Definitely can do that. Have a wealth of people I can talk to you about. But
Okay.
yeah. So, the sequel, part 2. Is it going to be more relationship chronicles? Is it going to be more toward healing? What can we expect?
It's going to be more relationship, as it's starting off with the last relationship in this current book.
Okay.
So it's going to be the first chapter, because there's some work.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some work.
Okay.
Yeah. So and Jimmy is something else. But yeah, Jimmy got a lot of work to do himself. So yeah.
Are you currently in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
Is there somebody you're interested in?
Yes, there is.
See, I thought so. That smile said it all. It said it. Yes, there is someone. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. So, book tour. What are we planning?
After COVID-19 is gone, then I have some cities that I'm going to be visiting. So my publisher already gave me a list.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So from Canada to Florida, and how many days I'm going to be in each state. So I'm looking forward to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything now on Zoom? Book club?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought that far, but I'll check it out.
Something to think about. I mean, get a book club together so everyone can get into it. And hey, Zoom seemed to be the thing right now.
Okay.
Streaming live, and that's the thing that's going on. I don't. Do you think we're going to ever go back to the way things were?
No, I think people are going to be hesitant about what's still out there.
True.
So, yeah.
True. Do you think it's a purpose for this pandemic?
I'm sure it is. I'm sad to say, but I like the peace that came with it.
Yeah.
For
staying
other
home.
than the protesting part and the reason you had to protest,
Right.
but the peace of driving down the highway and there's not a traffic.
Yes.
That's peaceful. Or you go to work and there's not a lot of people in the office because they're social distancing. So
True.
yeah.
Brought back. Yeah, I think it brought back family. Family time. Getting in the kitchen, cooking.
Yep, doing
Taking
everything.
care of your children.
Yep.
Helping them with the homework.
Right.
Getting back. You know those things were lost.
They were.
Everybody was in the hustle and bustle of every day, paying
Yep.
the bills, doing what you
Yep.
got to do.
Had to be
You know,
slowed down.
Right. Children was eating fast food.
Right.
So, it has, like I said, we have good purposes and bad purposes,
do.
but it's definitely a purpose. Now, what do you think about what's been going on with Black Lives Matter, with the killing, the senseless killing of our black people?
Well, I think that is, you know how you can have the same exact thing going on, but you're using a new tool?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what it is. It's just a new tool of doing the same thing that happened over 200 or 300 years ago.
So nothing has really
Changed.
They're just doing it more boldly now.
And it's out in the open and people are aware, so.
Do
And
you-
even when people are aware, they still continue to do it. So.
That's true. Do you think there's going to be a change? As much as we're talking about change, do you think change is going to come?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to come.
I sit and I think about a lot of things, and you can call them conspiracy theories or whatever, but I was saying, I say it all the time, God gave the devil 6,000 years to rule. His time is up. So he's raging in the land. Because there's no other way you can just try to wrap your head around someone putting their neck in their knee in someone's neck, pressing down with their hand in their pocket, not mattering that people are looking at them, telling you to get your knee off their neck. You're killing this person, and you sitting there. That's an evil spirit. That was the devil on that man.
Yes, I'm sure. That's too much.
The Bible is definitely where it's supposed to be. And if you read it, you'll know where we are. But we have to trust in God more and more and more and more.
Yes, ma'am.
That's our purpose. That's our
Yes.
purpose. Oh, wow. And you wonder sometime, is it ever going to be a peaceful time in your life that you're not going through anything? But I'm just assuming that is purpose. So if you talk to someone and get a good deal, how fast and how soon are you looking to do a trailer for the movie?
Trailer for the
Or
movie?
do you want it to be a weekly show like the Have and Have-Nots, or be one movie, or what?
I want it to be a movie first, and then the weekly show, like the Have and Have-Nots.
Oh, that would be awesome. And if you had to have that special person, that one person to play you, who would you want it to be?
To play me, I was thinking about that, and I think her name is, her last name is Williams.
Vanessa Williams?
Yes, but not Vanessa Williams, the model.
No, the
actress
actress.
from Soul Food.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she is a great
She has
actress.
a family resemblance to.
Yeah. Okay.
As well.
Okay. Yeah, she could play that.
She could.
Ooh, yeah, I could see that. But you would have. Ooh, who would you choose for the different men? Who would be Doc?
Oh, I
Who
have a list already.
Really?
For Doc, did I say Boris Kudrow for Doc? I think I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well. Wow. Okay, then tell me who's Chief Bob.
Oh Lord, Chief Bob. I should have brought my list with me. But he has his own TV show as well. Oh my God, he's married to the girl that was married to Martin.
To Gina Arnold? I mean, Campbell? Dwayne Martin?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, Chief Bob. Okay. And who else I wanted to ask you about? The one on page 134.
That's Doc.
Oh, that's... Hey,
See,
Doc.
I don't even have to look.
Hey, Doc. Wow. This book, I'm actually going home tonight, and I will probably read all of this before I go to bed.
Okay.
Because it really has me interested, so much of it.
Now Jimmy, I asked him who would he like to play his part?
And who did he say?
Himself.
Oh, he does want to play his own self?
Oh, he could. He'd be perfect at it.
Really?
Yes.
Out of all the gentlemen that's in this book, who's the most memorable one?
The most memorable one? Well, that's kind of twofold, so. Well, the most memorable one, I guess it'd have to be Doc.
Really?
Now, I can remember 3 or 4 of them for different reasons.
Okay.
But I'll just have to say, Doc is 300.
Is Doc the size 15?
Uh-huh.
With the fire under his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Under his shoes.
Yeah.
Now, Doc is looking through the window. Doc trying to get back in.
I don't think so.
Why he looking through the window?
I don't think so. I don't think he's trying to get back in.
Well,
No.
why he looking
No,
through the
Doc
window?
is engaged right now, so.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So I don't know.
Are you happy about that?
Well, I wasn't when I heard about it, no. But you know, I really wasn't when I heard about it. Because then I had to sit down and have a little talk with myself. So, you know, I'm Gemini, so that's why I said that's where Mercury's basically came from. Because when Mercury retrograde comes through, things change, and I've been noticing those changes, paying very close attention, what goes and what comes, what stays, and all that. So, yeah, Doc is a special person. So. But no, I did not like that news at all.
So your current boo, does he know about all of this? Have he read the book?
No, I don't think none of them read it.
Do you want them to?
Oh yeah, I want them to read it. I want them to read it.
For real?
I want them to read it from page 1 to 212.
My.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why? Well, for Doc, personally, I think that he missed it, and it was me that he missed. And with Jimmy, because with Doc, I was trying to give him something that I thought he didn't have, or something he hadn't experienced. But it wasn't sex, it was the way he was being treated.
Mm-hmm.
But the sex came along with it. So then, I don't know if he got, some men when you get close, they run.
Yes.
But I don't know if that was his or not, because he hasn't really had a conversation with me about that.
Do you need to have a conversation?
Today, no, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I don't need to have the conversation. Because I know he still cares. Even though he may be engaged, I know he still cares.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. If for some reason that engagement is broken, will you try to get back with him?
No, I'll let him try to get back with me.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because, remember I said how loving and kind, I did my footwork. If you want me, then you're going to have to come for me.
And you really want him to come for you? Okay, it's time to pay some more bills. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Welcome back to Living in Your Purpose. I am Dr. Pat, and still sitting here having a conversation with author Mercury Rising. This has been really captivating. I can't wait to get in this book, especially to talk about Doc. I understand that everybody need a Doc in their lives, so, whew, okay. Wow. So, there's still feelings for Doc.
Yeah, there is.
And are you praying for there not to be a marriage?
Oh, no, not. I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that?
Mm-mm.
Even though you still want it?
Mm-hmm. Would not do that.
You know how many women would?
I'm sure there are a lot of them, but I'm just not one of them.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. Need to come willingly on his own accords.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This book, wow. So you don't understand. See, you're going to have to go out and get this book. Tell us, how can we get this book?
Well, right now, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's on Barnes & Nobles as well, but on Amazon is the main link to go and purchase the book. You can get the e-book and the book.
Really?
Yes. So.
Is the e-book just as exciting as the physical book?
It's the same.
Really?
It's the same. Didn't leave a page.
Really?
Right.
So I understand that Doc wrote his own version.
Yeah, he wrote a few pages in his chapter. Yeah. About a stormy night, so. Yeah.
About a stormy night. Do you want to share about that stormy night?
Well, no, I wanted to read it.
She wants you to read. So that means you got to go out and get this book. Her author name is Mercury's Rising. Please go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Get the book. You will not be disappointed at all. At all, at all. So the question I like to ask everyone is, what would you tell your future self?
My future self? I know the journey was hard, or not is. It's because I'm still going through it. Just keep your head up, stay strong.
Is there any ingredient?
Any ingredient? I think my main ingredient was asking God for guidance.
Through all of this?
Yes. Or making it as simple as it can be for me to understand it, so I don't have to repeat it.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of people would have been angry with God or questioned him, you know, why am I going through this? Why are you taking me through this? Did you ever have those days?
No. Oh, no. My great-grandmother, she stayed in the church. And believe me, she was a praying woman, and so were we as kids. When I said when I grow up, I was never going to be in church all day. All day long. No, I wasn't going to do that. So we walked about 4 or 5 miles to church. We walked 4 or 5 miles back, and she instilled praying in us. So I don't know if I put this in. I think I did put this incident that happened in the book. When I was 10, I think I was 10, a group of neighborhood boys decided that they wanted, at that time they called it a train, that they wanted to run a train on me because I wasn't interested in boys or having a boyfriend. Who is that 10 years old?
No one.
So then that's when I started, did I pray? And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And it's sad for me to say this, but I got to see something bad happen to each one of them. And I just kept it to myself, but I got to see something and took place in their lives that was not good. So I can't say that was God answering my prayers or who was actually up there doing that for me, allowing me to see that, to give me a little bit of peace. So I've been through it.
So did they succeed in doing that?
Oh yeah, they did. They did. I couldn't even walk home. But I never told anybody. Never did. But
how did you have the strength to hold all of this in?
It all come back to when I get home, I'm gonna go on that back porch of my great grandmother's house. I'm gonna take that tin tub that she used to give us a bath in and put some water in it, and I'm gonna take me a bath because you know we had that cast iron stove in the kitchen. We have to heat the water. Then you gotta pour the water in the big tin tub to take your bath and stuff. And I just had so much that I had to hold in as a little girl. So much. So that's one of the reasons why I have all my children with me, all 21 of them with me.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can see the signs.
I can see everything. I know they're going to school. I know they're fed. I know they're healthy. I know they're well. If their mama dropped the ball, I pick it up.
Okay.
If their dad dropped the ball, I can pick it up. If they didn't get that hug from their mom, they're going to get one from me.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Gotta have a balance.
So is your great grandmother still living?
Oh no, she was 76 when she died.
Oh, God bless her.
And
Long life.
My grandmother died at 95, about 3 years ago.
What?
Yeah, So now I'm the oldest female.
Did your grandmother read the book?
No, I waited until everybody that I thought might be embarrassed about it was gone. And so it's no one that I'm ashamed to have read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I knew your story was going to be awesome. And very rare do people have me in awe. But your story has me just like, my God, how can one little girl go through so much and keep it in?
Yep.
I mean, at some point you would have to cry out. You would have to.
Nope.
So no one knew it but you and God.
That's it. Till I was 30.
So when you told the story at 30, did you exhale?
I did. I felt such a relief. I did. And then I took all those psychology classes. I got to relive a lot of it, and because I used that. When we had counseling, you had to do counseling, I used my stories in those classes.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Did your professor know that you were using, this is all true and came from you?
They knew. They knew. Because at a point I got to where I couldn't hold it in. I just had to let it loose. So.
Did you have to take physical psychology? Or what is it called? Psych? Where you actually, what is the class I'm talking about? Where you actually talk about stuff like this?
I had for us it was abnormal psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you deal with that in that class?
Oh, very well. I did very good with it.
Because you were able to express.
Yes. So if I'm talking about it, I'm writing about it, I can deal with it, and that's what I've done. That's what I've been doing over the years. I've been writing since I had my first poem published when I was 10. My 5th grade English teacher published it for me.
Really?
Yep. I have no idea what it was about. Can't remember it, but I remember her doing it. Her name was Miss Priester, and she lived in Savannah, Georgia. I'll never forget her.
Well, I guess out of all the good thing about it, at least, with you already being in psychology, you've mastered APA style of writing.
Oh, yeah.
I love APA.
Oh, yeah.
When I had to do MLA, that was just like the worst. Wow.
Yep. So.
Mercury. I'm going to have you back.
Okay.
And definitely on the radio, those listeners have to hear. They have to hear your story, girl.
No, you asked me earlier what's the age group, and I said from 18 or 17 to 99, but it would benefit the 10-year-old up until 99.
Well, I guess so, because 10-year-olds know a lot now that we didn't know at 10.
Right.
So, yeah, especially if they're going through it in secret.
Yep. Because if I'm reading Linda Lovelace at 10 or 12, believe me, this is far from it. This is far from it.
Oh, God. Oh, okay. Yeah. How did you manage to pick that up?
My uncle hid it under his mattress. You know, back in the day, you had to flip those mattresses over after you slept on them so much on one side.
So were you flipping mattress while you was looking?
Both flipping and looking.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Mercury, Lord, girl. I'm so sorry that you had to endure this, but it was a purpose.
It was.
And you lived through it.
I did.
And you're still living through it.
Yes.
And you're still smiling.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't break you?
No, it didn't.
God is good.
It didn't. Nope. That didn't break me. Bad relationships didn't break me. I just learned and move on.
So have you ever been married?
Yes, twice.
Really? So are we looking to do it a third time?
Yes.
You living for love. And nothing wrong with that at all.
I know who he is. He just don't know who he is yet, but it's not Doc. What?
No?
No, because if Doc decided he want to be engaged and get married to someone else, and then I'm happy for him.
Well, you know, men can do some foolish things.
I know, they change. I know.
Have that one right in their face, bim, and be looking over here.
Because that's Jimmy.
Wow.
He's in there.
Oh, wow. Well, guys, this is the end of my show. I thank you for watching. I thank you for viewing. I don't take it lightly. I thank you for just taking out your time every Tuesday to be here with me. We are definitely living in our purpose, and I am Dr. Pat. Have a great evening.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.